Hey guys, in this video, I'm going to be going over a strong moveset build that you can teach your Forretress in the second generation Pokemon games and how you can access these moves. There's a lot of positives going for Forretress, starting with its typing of Bug Steel. This is going to leave it resisting a lot more than what it's weak to. It's actually only weak against fire types. The downside is it's a ×4 weakness, but nonetheless, you're going to be immune to poison, strongly resisting grass, and then also resisting Bug, Dark, Dragon, Ghost, Ice, Normal, Psychic, and Steel. So clearly a lot more that you're going to be resistant to than weak against, given that Bug Steel typing. In terms of the stats, really great defense up there at 140 on your Forretress, also respectable attack at 90, HP at 75, and then a bit lower you have the special attack and special defense, each at 60, and then speed at just 40. So taking a look at this competitive build, starting right off the top with moves 1 and 2 with Spikes and Rapid Spin, we can see that Forretress has access to two important things that really any competitive team would like to have access to, and the fact that you can get them both onto one Pokemon means that Forretress is a very popular choice to be in any competitive team. You can lay Spikes on your opponent's side of the field, and then also use Rapid Spin to get rid of those Spikes if they happen to be on your side of the field. So it's really nice that you have both of those options on Forretress, and both of these are learned through leveling up. So what Spikes is going to accomplish is you lay those Spikes on your opponent's side of the field, and then it's going to hurt grounded foes on switch-in, and this can be really nice in a competitive battling situation, given the fact that switch-ins are going to happen a lot of times so that your opponent is trying to get a more favorable matchup against whatever you have out there. So having Spikes can be somewhat of a deterrent for your opponent maybe thinking twice about that switch-in or not, and factoring that in. Forretress is going to learn Spikes through leveling up, picking that one up at level 49. Move number 2, Rapid Spin, is going to free the user from Hazards, Binding, and Leech Seed. It is a physical type attack, just giving out a little bit of power there at 20. It is 100 accurate. And Forretress also learns this one through leveling up, picking that one up at level 22. And then move number 3, we have a couple of different options here, kind of depending on what you're looking to accomplish with your Forretress. Toxic poisons the opposition, going to chip away their health over the course of battle, 85% accurate. Whereas Explosion, kind of the opposite of Toxic. It's really just a last-ditch effort where when you're lower on health, you can use Explosion. You're going to faint, but the target's defense is halved during damage, and it just has a ton of power up there at 250 and 100 accuracy. Starting off with Explosion, this one is also learned through leveling up. Forretress picks that one up at level 39. Whereas Toxic is learned through TM06. And in our list of TMs, that TM for Toxic is a prize for defeating the gym leader Janine. And there's a few other offensive options here in move number 4, and I'm also going to touch on an additional move that I think you can slot in here as well. Starting off with the hidden powers, we have Hidden Power Fire and Hidden Power Ghost. And if you're interested, down in the video description, I'll link this article and how Hidden Power typing is calculated. And going over to our TMs list, this is going to be TM10, found over at the Celadon department store on the 3rd floor for 3,000. I also think Giga Drain can make sense. It recovers 50% of the damage dealt to the opposition, 60 power, 100 accuracy. And Giga Drain is TM19. It is a prize for defeating the gym leader Erica. And another move that I want to touch on is Sandstorm, given the fact that it has nice synergy with Toxic as well as Spikes. When your opponent potentially switches, that Spike deals some damage if you're able to poison them. That Toxic is whittling down their health over the course of time. And if you use a Sandstorm on top of that, that's also going to have a nice synergy with these other moves that are chipping away your opponent's health. In Sandstorm is TM37, and that one can also be picked up over at the Celadon department store's 3rd floor, and that one can be grabbed for 2,000. So those are the moves that I wanted to cover. We also have the item Leftovers. At the end of every turn, the holder restores 1/16 of its max HP, and you can grab this from a Wild Snorlax, from a trash bin in the Celadon City restaurant, and from Wild Clefable or Wild Snorlax traded from the first generation Pokemon games over to the Gen 2 games. And that rounds out this build. So Forretress can bring a lot to any competitive team, given the fact that you kind of kill two birds with one stone, having Spikes and Rapid Spin both on just one Pokemon. And the fact that it has this nice synergy with Spikes, potentially Toxic and Sandstorm if you went that route, or some of these other moves that definitely have their place as well in a Forretress competitive build. And just the fact that the Bug Steel typing on Forretress leaves it resisting a lot more than what it's going to be weak against. So I hope this video was helpful. I appreciate you guys stopping by. Consider subscribing to the YouTube channel, and I'll catch you back here next time.